All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Garage Closes at 9 podcast. This is episode one, take one. Bear with us, it's our first time doing it. We're really excited. Something that's been kind of in the works for a while. And I just want to get into it. I'm Vinny Alfino. I'm with my best friends, Jonah Cottrell and Andrew Wetter. And I guess we can start with Andrew. Tell us a little about yourself and kind of let us know what the podcast is about.
Yeah, man. So what's going on, guys? Appreciate all the support and love you guys been showing all of us. Andrew Wetter, grew up playing basketball my whole life. Currently a washed hooper now. Unfortunately, we had to hang up the jersey. But I played a year at Moore Park College, and then I had 2 years get canceled because of COVID, and then I jacked up my back pretty bad. So unfortunately, had to hang it up. I wanted to walk on at ASU, but realistically, that probably just wasn't gonna happen just because of my back. And I got the back of a 90-year-old now. Um, so yeah, I'm an aspiring sports agent, sports analyst, full-time podcast host right now. So yeah, man, this is what we're doing right now. We've been talking about this for a while, and glad to be a part of it with my brothers.
Yes, sir, man. I'm Jonah Cottrell. I hooped all my life with these two, some of my best friends right here. I played basketball at UC Merced for 4 years. Now I'm an assistant coach there. Turned full-time podcaster, washed hooper. Still hand out buckets to these two, but
Stop it.
it's gonna be a fun ride. It took us like an
Crazy.
hour and a half to get this to where you guys see it now. So
Yeah.
bear with us. We learned it through episode one.
Yeah, you guys don't understand how long it took us just to get this call recording. Andrew's camera didn't work.
Every issue you could think of.
Andrew's camera didn't work. When Andrew got off the call, my microphone stopped working. I had to change headphones. We changed to like 3 different platforms. So this is definitely like a test run. So bear with us. We'll get better as time goes on. A little bit about myself. I played basketball growing up with these two. I don't know what Jonah's talking about still giving us buckets. He's a basketball coach. He's not a hooper anymore. But I played basketball with them growing up. Played baseball in high school. 4 years of college baseball, Cal State, San Marcos, Monterey Peninsula College, and then right now I'm trying to get in the baseball scouting world. I would like to work in Major League Baseball someday. So I got my first job as an area scout right now. So learning that, and on the side we're doing a podcast together, and we're excited to show you guys what's in store.
Yeah, fun fact too, real quick. I'm the best baseball player in this meeting, even
Yeah.
though how
Stop.
many up was I not been?
No, I'm taking Andrew over you, Jonah.
Stop
Hell no,
it.
Hey,
bro.
Pony All Star 3 times,
Drew,
baby.
Drew
Don't
couldn't hit it off the
Yeah.
tee. Drew couldn't hit off the tee.
stop it. Stop
Yeah.
it. I'm busting your ass in baseball. Stop.
Yeah, Jonah thinks that he's still good at baseball when he stopped playing it at 12 years old. What,
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
I was freshman league MVP. Don't forget that. Freshman team.
yeah. Hey, we remember you talking about being able to hit a freaking fastball off of all these pitchers in the MLB, the World Series. We'll get into that later. I'm not gonna spoil it.
we'll have an episode. We'll have an episode where we're in the
Yeah,
gym playing
we'll have a
basketball,
baseball
and
episode.
we'll have a baseball. We'll show. We'll expose the liars in the chat for sure. But so I just want to get into it. Garage closed at 9. For the people probably who followed us on Instagram, you guys saw podcast hosted by the three of us. And you probably are wondering what the heck is Garage closed at 9 mean. So background on that, during COVID, the three of us, and along with two of our other best friends, Jaime Hawkes and Daniel Wetter, which is Andrew, his older brother, we had nowhere to go during COVID, and we were all at home, college athletes, just waiting for our seasons to be resumed and be able to go back at school. And the five of us got together one day, had to take a COVID test to be able to be allowed to be in the same place because that's how crazy it was at that time. And we decided that the five of us would work out in Andrew and Daniel's garage, and we would just do our best to stay in shape, just in case that there was a day where we could pack everything back up and go back to our schools and keep playing. So I think it was maybe the third or fourth day, somebody showed up late, and I think it was Jonah.
No.
Don't
It was
Okay.
probably
mock
Joe.
me, bro. It was Drew. It was Drew's house, and he comes down the last one.
Oh, stop it. We need to,
Not me.
okay. We need to really, the truth needs to come to light right now. The reason why the person who was always late and the reason why hence the garage closed at 9 was the dude, no better, Vinny Alfino.
That's crazy.
Let's not
That's
get it
crazy.
twisted. Okay, the dude
That's
was showing up
crazy.
at 9:17 every morning.
That's crazy. Drew, you'd be half awake walking downstairs.
Hey, I was
All
there by
right.
9 o'clock though, all right?
Well, I guess we'll agree to disagree on who was late. But it got to a point where somebody was consistently showing up late. And I'm not pointing fingers and I'm not pointing at myself here. Okay. But somebody was showing up late and it just sparked the conversation that we need to hold each other accountable. And we said garage closes at 9. If you're late, you not get to work out that day. It's on you. And there were times where, yeah, someone would show up late, the garage would be closed, and it would probably take about 10, 15 minutes for someone to open it up for them. And that just sparked our group chat, the 5 of us. It was just garage closes at 9, and that was kind of what we ran with. And I think what sparked it to lead to a podcast that we're doing now is after each workout, we would just start debating sports, mainly
It was
basketball. And
before too, Vin. We wouldn't start at 9. We would start at like
yeah, that's true.
9:45.
We using the foam rollers, and we'd already be talking. So it just turned into an hour workout, and then like an hour and a half, 2 hours of us just talking in the garage, and it would get pretty heated. And you guys are probably going to see it turn into that here. And I think maybe a couple months ago, maybe not that long ago, but Andrew was talking to us, and we were doing the same thing we've always done. And Andrew's like, we should make a podcast. Like, you guys want to do it? And it sparked the garage closed at 9. We came up with a bunch of ideas of what the name should be, tried to come up with cool ideas using ChatGPT, but it was only appropriate to use the garage closes, right?
Yeah, we made it. We
So
made it out the group chat. We finally here.
Come on,
yeah.
baby. One day to day one.
Yeah. So with with our guests, with the other members, Dan and Jaime, whenever they're available to come on, they're always going to be official members of the garage. And we're looking forward to those episodes when the 5 of us can be on, but it'll be us 3 primarily, and we can't wait to get into it. So Jonah, talk to us about kind of what the show is going to target.
Yeah, so we're gonna cover, I would say most of us, when we get pretty passionate, it's about LA sports teams. Because
Yeah.
these two right here are big LA homers, Lakers, Dodgers,
Nothing wrong with that.
Rams, USC, like all LA sports.
You're naming a lot of winners right now.
They're very like blinded to those LA teams. So even though I'm from SoCal, we're from the same city, I can see objectively. So I'm not just, oh, Lakers, USC, they're winning everything. All their players are the best. Like, and that's where we get pretty passionate because they're passionate about their LA, and then I'm passionate about being right. So we have difference of opinions in that. So we're gonna talk a lot of basketball in here, a little bit of baseball, NFL. We got some music takes. We have some pretty strong music opinions, I think, that will come up every now and then, but primarily basketball. Vinny kind of touched on it. We have some special guests that'll be coming on. I'll let Drew talk a little bit more about the guests, but yeah, it's just gonna be 3 guys just chatting, arguing, disagreeing about everything, sports, music, all that. So we'll get into it.
Yeah, and as the show gets going, hopefully there's going to be some people watching it. If you guys have anything that you guys want us to talk about, we'll always have like a link in our bio. We'll post content to our Instagram, and if you guys have anything you want to talk about, put it in the comment section, and we'll definitely always be looking at that too. So at the end of the day, we want to be talking about what you guys want to watch. So just keep that in mind too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Drew, you want to talk about some of our potential guests that we might have on?
Yeah, so we're gonna have a lot of exciting guests coming on. I can't reveal too much, but obviously Jaime and my brother Dan, Jaime Hawkins, he plays for the Miami Heat right now. He's in Miami. I'm actually going out there in like 2 weeks to visit him, so maybe we could get something going there. My brother Daniel Wetter, he's a professional volleyball player in Paris. Played at Cal State Northridge, got all the awards you could get. But we're going to be getting a lot of college athletes on, whether it's former or current. We're going to have some musicians, possibly some influencers. Basically anything that Jonah covered, like about what we're going to be talking about, we're going to have people that know a few things or two about it on. So got a lot of really exciting guests. Can't reveal them all right now, but
Yeah, and what just to cut you off real quick, Drew, we're not gonna be having those guests on and taking it easy on them. Just those interviews you see post game, like nah, we're gonna grill our guests, so they got to come prepared too.
absolutely, bro. And yeah, one thing about this pod that we wanted to like, we didn't want it to be obviously it's kind of like an interview, but that's not kind of the format or vibe we want. It's just a conversation. Kind of we're just talking like how we would in the garage. So if we're flaming our guests, we're flaming our guests. We're showing love, we're showing love. But this is all unscripted, unfiltered. This is just a conversation for us. This isn't like an interview. So yeah.
I think the piggyback kind of on the guests that we're gonna have, and Jonah was saying we're not gonna take them too lightly. I think the guests that we're gonna have, one of us or all of us, know these people on a legit personal level. Like these are friends of ours, and I think you're gonna realize that where we're from, Camarillo, like there's a lot of talent that came out of there, whether it was in the sports world, the influencer world,
Yeah,
people in music.
NFL, NBA, MLB, rappers.
Like,
Like, it's kind of
there's a
crazy.
lot of like talent that came out. We want people to to see those people, and we know those people on a personal level. So yeah, we're gonna ask them questions that only people who've known them a long time would ask. It wouldn't be just somebody that just met the person to be on their podcast. Like these are people that we have very close friendships with, and we're really excited for that. So we're excited to get this thing rolling, and then eventually have some more people on the show. So our first debate that we were going to talk about today, we really wanted you guys to understand where the show was coming from, kind of where where we're at in our lives, and just introduce ourselves for you guys to know who the garage is. But obviously, we wanted to debate something today, so we came up with a NBA mock draft that each of us are going to draft 5 players from the current NBA right now, and we're gonna pick our teams. I'm gonna spin a wheel, and it's gonna decide who gets the first pick. And if you get the first pick in the first round, you're the last pick in the second round. So that's how it's going to work, and we're just going to flow right through it. So yeah, we're going to pick 5 NBA players, and once we do that, we're going to debate of why, if these guys hit the hardware, our team's going to win.
Yeah, and this is really the foundation of what started the podcast. We have,
Oh yeah,
I think all of us are smart basketball minds, but we just see the game completely differently. You're gonna see this in our teams. So
Polar opposites. Absolutely.
yeah, and just keep in mind when Jonah's talking about basketball, this man's a college basketball coach. All right, we're coming for his head too.
I see it different. I
I know it's probably surprising to our viewers that this guy could possibly be a coach, and he knows a lot about basketball, but just bear with us. He's a college coach, he knows his stuff.
Yeah, so you got to keep in mind that Jonah's doing it from a college basketball standpoint. Andrew's doing it from basketball player playing college basketball, and I'm doing it as a washed basketball player, stopped playing in 8th grade, and is just a fan at this point. So it's going to be 3 different.
That's why Vinny's coming in third on this.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hey, don't underestimate me. All right. So
All right,
I'm gonna spin a wheel right now.
I'm ready.
All right, I'm gonna spin a wheel right now, and we're gonna figure out who gets the first pick.
I want pick 3. I want back to back.
We're gonna see right now.
Hey, you guys better hope it's not like fantasy, man. Ask Vinny how fantasy went.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. That's a different episode. So can you guys see that at all?
We can't see it.
There we go.
Oh,
hey,
Andrew.
Come on.
First pick.
I'm not mad at that.
All right.
Yes.
Second pick.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on. Let me get the 3 picks in first.
Wait, do injuries count if they're hurt? Are we assuming they're
no healthy? Let's just do a healthy. Let's go healthy.
And are we drafting one person at a time, or are we
one at a time? So yeah, so I'm getting the second pick right now. All right, I've done 3 picks, and Andrew's been picked every time. So just hold on a second.
I hope
Vinny's not getting all 3 of them.
I want back to back.
All right, here we go. Second pick.
Come on, baby.
Focus.
Come on, come on, come on.
All
Vinny, let's go.
right, dog. There it is. There we go.
All right, so
Ooh, I'm gonna get a
Andrew.
great team right now.
I'll write down our picks right now. So Andrew.
And we're coaching them. So like I'm gonna
Are you gonna
motivate
run
them to
you're
play
running the
how they should
triangle
play.
offense over here,
I'm
Jonah?
the coach.
Jonah's running the triangle offense, man.
Sir. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be
All right,
Ty Lue.
All right, so we'll go Andrew with the first pick, me with the second, Jonah with the third.
So that means
and
I have the
then-
first pick of the second round.
Correct. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, we'll do that.
All right. So first pick, I'm gonna start it off. I don't think this is gonna be a shocker to you guys, but in my opinion, definitely or definitively the best player in the world. He's not from America, not from America. Some have criticized him about his conditioning or whatever, but I think that narrative's kind of done over the past 3 years. I'm gonna be starting off with Nikola Jokic.
Ooh, I thought you were taking someone else from not from America.
Nah. They
I
got
think
they got
after
complaints about him, but
You said best player in the world, and out of shape, I thought you was gonna take Luka.
yeah,
I don't
that's
know
crazy.
I don't know if I could give Luka that title.
That's a bad pick. He's not playing defense. I'm not mad at that.
Stop it.
That would have been my first pick.
With you coaching, he's not gonna be motivated.
Okay. I don't think you need to motivate that guy that much. All right. He's already won a chip. So, there's not too many words I could say a lot of fire up his ass. But yeah, give me Jokic, first pick, best player in the world. Talk to me.
All right, my first pick, second pick in the draft. I
Anthony
don't think
Davis.
would have been my. I don't think it would have been my first pick a month ago. I wasn't that happy when the trade went through at the time,
Oh,
but and that we can have that conversation for another time. They know what I'm talking about. But I think after seeing this guy, I didn't realize how much better he makes his teammates. I heard about it. Obviously, people said it, but I've also just seen all the lowlights of him on the defensive end, and everyone was trying to come out and say this guy's not in shape and that he can't lead a team to a championship because of the motivation. But if you look at the guy's resume before I say his name, he's 25 years old. He is a 5-time all first team NBA player. Okay. And he's led his team to the conference finals and the NBA finals by age of 25. And somehow he got traded from the franchise that he did all those things with. And I don't think I would have made this pick 3 weeks ago. But after seeing him, I realized that, yes, there are some mishaps on the defensive end with this guy, but he's so elite on the offensive end, and I feel like he's only going to continue to get better. So my first pick, I will take Luka Doncic.
that's a great pick.
Baby.
That's a great pick.
At point?
Yeah, where's he playing? Is he running your point?
Well, let's just see where the rest of the five goes.
Ooh, this is.
I mean, it's hard to not have the ball in that guy's hand, so we'll see.
This has worked out so perfect for me, and I'm surprised that the two Laker fans didn't take the greatest player to ever touch a basketball. Even at age 40, in a playoff series, you can't name me one person I'd rather have than LeBron James. That's an easy pick. Man needs no introduction.
Not gonna say his name.
LeBron James.
All right, I got a question. I got a question for you, Jonah.
Easy.
So
I'm
hold
so
on.
happy.
Before we take pick two, this is quick. You don't have to go long into it, but you're saying you don't have one other guy that you don't want with the ball in a playoff series. So with him being Luka Doncic's teammate, you're saying the ball needs to be in LeBron's hands more?
Yes. And the reason for that is because I think LeBron, even at 40, like in 48 minutes, I don't think there's a better player in the world. Luka is phenomenal, but Luka makes a lot of questionable decisions on the court with his deep threes at times. Even though Luka's amazing, I love Luka. I think I'd rather have the ball in LeBron's hand. On the last shot, though, maybe Luka, but throughout the game, probably LeBron.
And this is This is 40-year-old LeBron in 2025.
40-year-old LeBron.
And I love LeBron James, but we're just clarifying. This is not
You've seen him
practice.
playing defense these past couple weeks?
Oh, I know. He's been a first team all defense caliber over the last month and a half.
In the Olympics, who was leading that team, even at 40?
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just clarifying the debate here that this is right now.
Yes, sir. LeBron
If
James.
healthy. Okay, fair enough.
Go.
And this second pick,
Yep.
let me explain this second pick because it might be a little early. But the reason I'm taking this next person, there's no other player that can replicate what he can do. So if he's off the board, then I'm struggling to find another person that could fill this void. Arguably the greatest point guard to ever play, without a doubt, the greatest shooter ever. And if I have these two on the court, I don't care who the other three is, I'm feeling pretty good about my chances. Give me 4-time champion, Stephen Curry.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
I had a feeling you were going there.
I feel like you have to. I feel like you have to.
Yeah.
I mean,
At
you
the
got
point,
LeBron and Luka and Jokic. I mean, come on, you gotta
Yeah, you're gonna. I felt
love that
when you
pick.
first were going there, I was thinking like, I don't know, 40 years old, 35 going on 36. But these are two of the greatest players to ever play, and they showed what they could do in the Olympics. When you first were going there, I didn't know, but yeah, that's
Absolutely. If he's gone, none of the other point guards, I'm feeling super crazy about. Steph is still elite. He's still that dude. And they might have a chance to make the Western Conference Finals this year.
They have actually, outside of the Lakers, they've been probably the second hottest team in the league, not even the West.
they've been playing.
Ever since
They're
that
playing great basketball.
Jimmy trade, I feel like Jimmy's kind of revived like Steph's like hopes for this year. Because me and Jonah knows about this, but me and Vin were very critical of how Steph has played this year.
Critical is an understatement. You guys are Steph haters.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
There's no validity in that statement at all. But ever since that trade, Steph has looked like himself. He's been playing some of the best basketball. I think he just dropped like 40 a night or two ago.
Yeah, 56, I think.
56, yeah, didn't it? Yeah.
I know about that 56 game, but he's been playing some of the best basketball of his career. He looks like the Steph we all came to love and know. So yeah, I'm not mad about that at all. He's been hooping lately.
Yeah, I think he kind of brought out.
I got 8 rings on my team.
I think he kind of brought out the kind of that energy you were talking about with LeBron playing defense. I think it's because he got Luka. I think that there's just a different energy, for each of those guys right now because they have kind of those number 2 in command to play alongside those guys. So it's a good pick.
You on the clock?
My second pick. I think I'm going to do this. Say that again.
You need a defender because I'm hunting Luka.
And I know that. And I'm going to bring a guy that I think plays both sides of the ball well. He's a rebounder, and I feel like on this team, he can be a slasher. He doesn't need the ball in his hands all the time. He brings size. I think he's one of the most athletic players in the world. He's a superstar. He's an MVP. He's an NBA champion. And I'm going to take Giannis Antetokounmpo.
All right.
That's a good pick. I was debating him or Steph, but that's a good pick.
I like that. Very, very slept on season this year too. I feel
Absolutely.
Like he's been putting up crazy numbers, and I feel like it's kind of just been under the rug a little bit this year, not really talked about because the Bucks don't have a great seed, nor Jokic is also just putting up crazy numbers, right? I mean, the dude just had 30, 20, and 20. I think
you hit it on the head though. I think it's because they came out of the gate slow. But if you look at the standings now, I think they're jumped to 4th or 5th. They're 9 games over 500. And I think over the last week, people are starting to talk about Giannis a little more.
Yep.
But yeah, he's having another Giannis season, which is a 30, 15, and 6, just ridiculous numbers. But yeah, he's one of the best in the world.
All right, so is it my pick now?
Yes, you got 2 picks, right, Drew?
You got 2 picks.
Ooh, this is gonna make or break your team with these 2.
All right. My first pick, I think this one is pretty easy. I think the next pick definitely gets a little tricky. But I am gonna pick who's my MVP, current MVP, and who I think deserves to win MVP this year. He is leading the #1 seed in the West.
Oh,
Jonah doesn't like that pick.
Actually, he's not a
take
big,
it.
not a
Take
big fan of him. But he's my MVP, averaging 30 points, just about 6 and 5. I think he really kind of took the took the leap this year. He's kind of taking it to a new level. He's kind of proving that, like, yo, I'm that dude. I can consistently put up 30 every night on the best team with great role players around me. I am very curious to see how he does in the playoffs and how the Thunder do in the playoffs. But give me Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, baby. MVP, I think. And regardless of
No
Jokic's
MVP.
numbers, I think he is um, very well deserved of getting the MVP nod this year.
He's a media darling. Stop it.
I think
Take it.
there's people like Jonah. I think that Shea's underrated because there's people like Jonah that don't.
Underrated?
You don't
He's not
respect. How do
underrated.
you not respect that? You got to respect the 36-5 leading your team to the 1 seed in the West by 10 games.
So you got the Thunder making the finals?
I didn't say that.
No one
So
who
why
said
not?
No
Why
one said
not
that.
then?
Because
Why
that's
not?
a regular season award, the MVP.
And Shea's a regular season player. He hasn't proven it in the playoffs. He just lost last year to
They're the young. Okay, but you got to understand they're the youngest team in the league too. We'll
Well,
see. Obviously, I'm not pulling for them. We're Laker
give
fans
me
in
the
the
OGs.
chat.
Give me
But
the
they,
OGs.
We'll
another
see.
reason why he's my MVP too is because he doesn't have a definitive like second star. Like that dude is clearly the alpha
That's true.
and the leader of that team. You know, the Lakers, Braun, Luca, Celtics, JT, Jalen Brown, like those guys all kind of have really elite, like, you know, a 1B or an option two. And don't get me wrong, Jalen Williams is great, Chet's great, but that dude is absolutely the alpha on that team. So that's
I
why
think that guy. I mean, I think depth. They're one of the deepest teams in the league. Don't get me wrong. I mean, 1 through 9, they're arguably the deepest team in the league. But yeah, number 2. I think you're right because I think everyone thought that Chet was going to take that next step, and he missed 55 games, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, for that reason, I think that you're right. He's the MVP of the league.
Yeah.
All right, you got a second pick though. Still on the clock.
This is when it gets a little tricky. So correct me if I'm wrong. Steph's off the book.
Yes.
Giannis.
Yes.
I got Stephen Braun. Vin has Luca and Giannis.
Yes. Okay. You got Jokic and Shea.
All right. I think for this one, I think I'd be a fool to not pick him. I think
I know who you're picking.
I think it might surprise you. I think it might surprise you actually. This is more. I mean, obviously he's great. He's gonna go down as, you know, I don't know. A lot of people have a lot of different opinions about him where he ends up, you know, all the time. But he is definitively, in my opinion, a top 15, probably 10 player of all time. What's that look for, John?
Finish it. Go ahead.
This is surprising me. I think I know where you're going. I think this is surprising me.
Yeah, so so keep in mind I got Shea and I got Jokic. Number 3, I'm going with the Slim Reaper, easy money sniper, Kevin Durant. That guy can fit in he can play anywhere, any system. The dude's gonna give you 28, 8, and 5. Like I feel like that's probably the easiest guy to play with in the league who's consistently gonna give you his same numbers without necessarily needing the ball. He could do it all. Underrated defender, by the way. Very underrated. He's been that way his whole career. Obviously, he's probably, this is debatable, but like the most unguardable, just one-on-one guy in the league. Arguably, keyword arguably, Jonah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even know how you're giving me that look right now.
Well, let me ask you this. You're saying all these nice things about Kevin Durant. Why has he not won without another top 10 player on his team? You're saying he's unguardable, he's top 15, can play on any team. Why has Phoenix struggled? Why did Brooklyn struggle? Why did he struggle in OKC, couldn't get it done. He could only get it done with Steph Curry on his team.
Okay.
My card.
So I think there's certain guys in the league that can just put a team on their shoulders, no matter who's around them, and they're going to be competitors like LeBron, like the LeBrons, like the Stephs, like the Lucas. I don't think KD's like the same like that, but if he has like really good guys around him, he's that guy that will put you over the top. Like for
Devin
example,
Booker is a great player.
well, yeah, and don't get me wrong, but like he needs a guy that can kind of like keep his team in it. Just kind of like he's not great at dictating the pace, I feel like, of a game, like a guy like LeBron and Luca. He's like more of like that killer, you can't guard me. I think the thing that makes like Steph, LeBron, and Luca great is they control the whole entire game, they control the whole entire pace. Nothing is happening on the court without them either influencing it or wanting it to happen. I don't think KD's like that in a sense. That's not a diss to KD either. But he's more of a guy where it's like if you have him and a guy who could kind of control the game, like I don't see a second better person I'd want than KD. And Jokic is in that list too with Luka, LeBron, and Steph as those guys that can just completely dictate the pace and what happens in the game.
No, KD's the perfect for this
He
mock
is.
draft. Because
Yeah.
like because
He's
he's
a
gonna be
hooper.
with, like you said, why doesn't he play well with all these other superstars? Well, he's got Shea and Nikola Jokic on his team, so
That's true.
yeah, he's gonna be just fine. Um,
You on the
all
clock,
right,
man.
so this next one, and keep in mind we're doing a mock draft. All players are healthy. Okay, this is guys are at their best. They're feeling great, and Jonah's gonna love this pick. Okay. So I got a guy that was actually traded for another one of my teammates.
Oh, take him.
And I'm doing this because I think the biggest mismatch so far on the board is Nikola Jokic. I think that he is the one guy that he probably has the hardest answer for. Like it's going to be hard to stop that guy. So I need size. I already have Giannis, and I need another guy. I think the key to beating Nikola Jokic is you need to throw two big bodies at him. And I have one on the board in Giannis. So my next pick, he is an all NBA player. I think he's the best two-way player in the league when he's healthy. He's a first-team all NBA multiple times, first team all defense multiple times, and he's an NBA champion. It was a sad day when he was traded from my Lakers. I hope him all the best. I hope he gets healthy in Dallas. I think if him and Kyrie were healthy, I think they can make noise in the West. Unfortunately, injuries happen, but this is for all guys are healthy on the board. So I'm gonna take Anthony Davis.
I like that. You and me feel the same exact way about Anthony Davis. Jonah might not be the biggest fan of Anthony Davis.
He's not that dude.
Stop it.
All
Unbelievable
I'm saying,
player.
look at
The only reason why I wasn't mad about the trade was because it's for Luka Doncic. But
yeah.
I mean, the first thing we did after that trade was
No. Don't try and rewrite history, Drew. You guys were mad.
we were
And
incredibly
I was telling you.
I admitted that I was upset at first until I realized how good Luka was. But I will say this: there's things that Anthony Davis does that no one in the league can do. And that's the part that I need from him on this team. I think he's the best defender in the world. And
Yeah.
I need to throw size at Jokic. And the thing with the size that I have is that Giannis and AD can guard 1 through 5. So it's not like I'm going to be mismatched in other places. I think Giannis is a terrific help side defender. I think that people overrate him as the best defender in the world at times because I think his bread and butter is playing on the offside on defense. But Anthony Davis, I think, is the best defender in the world. And if I can throw him and Giannis at Nikola Jokic, that's probably going to give me the best chance. But I will say this, yeah, like Anthony Davis, I was sad when he got traded because there's things that he can do that no one else can, especially on the defensive side of the floor. But I'm happy that I have Luka and AD on the same team now for this. So.
All right, I got 2 picks. This is where I really separate from you bums right here.
Yeah.
Right now, I got Steph the greatest shooter ever. I
Yep.
got LeBron, greatest player ever, but they're both old, so I need some youth. Drew, you said earlier, Shea's the most underrated player in the league. I'm gonna take the real most underrated player in the league. He's a champion. When people talk about face of the league, I don't know why his name is not brought up as much. Steve Kerr should be ashamed of himself. He should have a felony for what he did to this man in the Olympics. Give me Jason Tatum.
I don't know. I got mixed feelings about that pick. You want
That's
to
a
start?
great pick. That's a great pick.
Yeah, I like that
Oh,
pick a lot, actually.
Jason Tatum can shoot, can handle, can defend. 6'9". You can't name me 5 players in the league better than Jason Tatum. I'm sorry. Jason Tatum is
We will
elite.
talk about that. We will talk about that another day.
He is elite.
Is Jason Tatum? I just want to put this out there. Is Jason Tatum better than Kevin Durant?
Yes. He swept Kevin Durant 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
It's just a question. It's just a question.
From that moment on, he was better than Kevin Durant when we swept you out the playoffs.
Swept us out of the playoffs.
Swept you out the playoffs.
I never root for the Nets, bro.
All right, so I got another pick.
All I'm gonna say is that
You got Vinny?
I don't like Jason Tatum as much as you do, Jonah, but he was probably my next pick. So
Hey, the man behind you loves Jason Tatum. That man in that poster loves Jason Tatum.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace to the
rest
Bean.
in peace. Rest in peace,
Yeah,
man.
we passed the torch to Tatum.
All right, so you got JT and you got your fourth pick still up ahead.
I'm on the clock.
Yep.
All right, speaking of Kobe, this man is the most fearless competitor since Kobe. He is the definition of the word dog. We knocked KD out the playoffs on your team, Drew. Oh, you got both of them, and we knocked Jokic out the playoffs. So we're not worried about your team at all. This man is not afraid of anybody. If he sees KD on the other court, he's giving it to him. If he sees Jokic, you can't tell this man he's not the best player in the world. Give me Anthony Edwards.
That's
All right,
honestly, I was for my next pick. He was probably going to be mine. Look, I don't got anything bad to say against the guy. I mean, the dude's just a straight killer. They don't honestly. I feel like they don't really make him a lot like Anthony Edwards anymore. You know, he's got that dog in him. He don't give a you know what. He's here to kill you. He's gonna talk his talk. He's gonna let you know about it, and he's gonna walk the walk as well. So I'm not mad about it at all.
Hey, and Minnesota should be ashamed of themselves. I don't know why they would trade Pat for Julius Randle. So I don't think they have much of a shot this year, but Ant is a dog. I need him on my team.
Yeah.
Jonah, I'm gonna say that you took my last two picks, so I'm not happy
I'm
about
telling
this
you, I
at
just
all.
separated. I just won. I just won right now. I
We'll
have
see.
Steph,
We'll see.
Ant, Braun, and Tatum. It's over.
I think that Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards were gonna help balance out my lineup, so I'm gonna have to adjust on the fly here. I'm on the clock, right? It's my turn.
It's your turn. You got Luka, Giannis, and AD.
Yeah. I got a 1, I got a 4, and I have a 5, and you took my 2 and my 3. So yeah, we're adjusting on the fly here. I wanted 2, and I think another guy that Kobe Bryant really liked, had high praise for. He's a scorer, but I think he proved in the Olympics this past year that he can play off the ball and do some of the dirty work for a really good team that's deep on the offensive side of the ball. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted Anthony Edwards, but I think this other guy has proven that he can do it at the highest level as well. And when you need to get a bucket from him, he can do that. I think he's very unguardable. I'm going to take Devin Booker.
You dirty dog, bro. That was I thought I was gonna sneak him in at the end, bro.
We took all the 2 guards from Drew.
No, I know. I don't know who I'm. I have no choose. I don't know who I'm gonna choose.
I
No,
like that
but
pick.
that
Book is a
Olympics this year really gained a lot of respect for me because
He
He
Yeah,
completely went away from his traditional role, being
absolutely.
a 26, like an 8 and 5 guy, straight bucket getter, scoring anybody. And he's like, screw it. I'm gonna get the best dude and I'm gonna hit timely shots, hit timely threes. And he was probably, I don't want to say nothing too crazy.
Yeah,
He was
careful,
probably like
careful.
the fourth best player on the
Was
list, or at least most
I
valuable
think
player on.
valuable? I think
Yeah.
he was. I think you had to go Steph, LeBron, and because Joel Embiid didn't show up in shape, I think Anthony Davis's defense became the third most valuable asset to that team. And because Kevin Durant was hurt, I think you could say that Devin Booker was the fourth most valuable player on that team.
I mean, I think he's got my vote for that for sure.
Yeah.
It's a good pick.
All right.
All
So
right,
Drew's on
so
the clock, and you got to adapt like I did. What do you got?
So Drew's got two to finish his team.
He's
yeah,
got
yeah.
he's got 2 picks, and then yes.
I got Shea run point right now. I got KD, whether he's a 3 or the 4, and then I got Jokic holding it down, the best player in the world. Let's not forget that at the 5. Um, all right, for my fourth pick, this might be a little surprising, but good luck scoring on us. I'm gonna go with the French unicorn himself. We got a guy, Victor Wembanyama, arguably a top 10 player already, and he's only, what is he, like 21? Can anybody fact check that?
I don't even know if he's that yet. Is he?
I don't know. He's young as
I
hell
don't know.
though.
I don't know if he's legally able to drink in the States. I'm not sure.
I'll tell you this. I don't even think he'd want to, bro. This dude's reading books at 9 o'clock, going to bed by 9:30, dog. And that's the type of player I want on my team. The guy's unguardable already. Arguably the best. Arguably, I don't think so because I've seen what AD could bring every night on a daily basis. But I do think he's the second greatest defender in the world right now. Um, I mean, I don't really have to say a whole lot. The dude's just a freak of nature.
Hey, Drew, I'm not gonna lie, that was my next pick. And the reason I want OMD is because the way he competed in that All-Star game, I just loved it. He was a dog. He was playing the hardest on the court. He's not scared of no one. He's not trying to be too cool. He's just trying to hoop. He was my next pick. That's a good pick.
Yeah,
That's a good pick. I didn't have Giannis or AD taken off the board early. He would have been mine, but
I was hoping you didn't take him.
yeah,
that's a good pick too. All
preach.
right, pick number 5, Drew. What do you got?
Oh, this is tricky, man. You guys,
This
I
will make or break your team.
No, Jonah, he threw us some curveballs. I did my homework, and I didn't think he was gonna pull that
oh,
out.
I
So
know, buddy's
I'm telling
playing
you,
like Kershaw right now, man.
I got the best team.
Um, this is tricky. You guys are really putting me on the spot. You guys, what do you guys think is the least deep position in the league? Is it shooting guard?
Probably
I
shooting.
think I think it's what do you define as a shooting guard? Because Shea's not a shooting guard in terms of definition, right? Luke is not a
Yeah,
shooting guard in terms of definition. So I think the game's changed so much now where it's positionless,
yeah,
where you have point guards who have the ball in their hands for almost the entirety of the game, but they score 30,
yeah,
but they're considered point guards. Um, for that reason, I'd say probably the shooting guard. But you have point guards out there that are score first guys, which is more of a traditional shooting guard.
yeah.
Um, so I guess it would just have to be what you define as it. But because the game's so positionless now, it's really like who's just the 5 best players on the floor, you
Exactly.
know?
Yep.
Go ahead and take Austin Reeves, Drew. I know you want to take him.
I was thinking about it. Makes spice things up real quick. Unfortunately, I don't think I could take Austin Reeves. He would definitely be coming off the bench for sure. He'd be my sixth man, absolutely, no hesitation. Best third option in the game right now. I think my last player.
If you take who I'm thinking of, you're gonna ruin your team.
I don't know. I'm not picking up what you're putting down right now, but I think this is a pretty safe pick. I do think we could use a little bit more defense on my team. I feel like we have all the scores, all the shooting in the world. I don't need a guy that's gonna put up crazy numbers, even though he is a perennial all-star. He does have a really nice title next to his name, especially after last year, after winning the NBA Finals. I'm gonna go with Jaylen Brown. Give me JB, baby. I was thinking either between him or Donovan, but I like the defense with Jaylen Brown. I think he's one of the most underrated defenders in the league. He is probably the only guy I've seen give Luka like real problems on the defensive end. Like if I had to put someone on Luka, no hesitation, it's Jaylen Brown. I think he doesn't need the ball. He could get his own, and he's gonna play great defense. I think I got enough scoring, and also I just think my team we're too big for everybody. So give me Jaylen Brown, baby.
You could take him. You just I think
All right.
without a doubt, he's the worst player drafted so far.
I wouldn't disagree, but he's still a great player.
Yeah, he is.
We're talking about the 15. These are realistically like the 15 best players in the NBA.
Is Jaylen Brown better than Booker or Ant?
Definitely not Ant, in my opinion.
I think you're in a conversation with Devin Booker.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't think that's outlandish to say he's better than Devin Booker. I feel like they're pretty equal, and a boy got the Finals MVP, man. Like, come
And that
on.
was a robbery. Tatum led the team in every stat, and they gave it to Jaylen Brown.
I
Hey,
think
man.
I don't mind that pick. I mean, because I think Jaylen Brown's proven he can do other things than just score the basketball. You know,
Absolutely.
you got scores across the board. And you're right, Jaylen Brown. He gave Luka a tough time. I mean, you're not gonna be able to stop Luka, but you can make his life difficult. And I
Yep.
think they did that, or he did that. I think even just the other night when they played the Lakers in Boston, I mean, Luka still ended up having a Luka 32-point night, but you could tell that he was making him work for that 32. And there's nights where you can see Luka. It seems like it's effortless for him, and I feel like with Jaylen Brown, it's not. So I like that pick. My pick, I think, is going to be a hot take, and I think it's especially a hot take just because of the season that's been surrounded by him. And I'm not even talking with the game that he's been having on the floor. It's been off the floor issues with this guy. But don't you know where I'm going with this, Jonah?
I have no idea who you're talking
I
about.
don't know either.
Just keep in mind that this guy has led his team to 2 finals in the past, and he seems like he's motivated now with another team, and he's motivated his superstar that he's now teamed up with. I think this guy can do the dirty work. He can have the ball in his hands and run an offense. He can score the ball when he needs to. He's a big game player. I think he's one of the biggest game players we have in this league. He's an all-NBA caliber when he's healthy. I'm going to take Jimmy Butler for my final pick.
Oh,
Jonah looked like he's about to throw up right there, man.
I thought you were talking about Kawhi that whole time.
Not taking Kawhi. And I wouldn't have taken Jimmy Butler 2 weeks ago. I would have taken him last year, without a doubt. I wasn't going to be taking him from October to February with how everything transpired. His numbers were down. But it seemed like he just wanted to change the scenery. He wanted out of Miami. And he looks like Jimmy Butler again now that he's with Golden State. And Steph Curry has looked like Steph Curry again. And I will say this. Me and Andrew, we've been critical of Steph this year. You know, his numbers were down. He was only averaging about 22, but it seemed like he has some life back in him with Jimmy Butler. And Butler can do the dirty work that my team's going to need because, like I said, I got MVPs across the board. I got Giannis. I got Luka. Booker can score the ball and do some dirty work for me. But I think Jimmy Butler is going to be the guy that can do absolutely anything that I need on any given possession in the game on both sides of the ball. I think he can fit with anybody.
I question your team's spacing, Vinny.
Well, I think Devin Booker has proven that he can play off the ball.
But
But
space the floor.
Booker can space the floor. And I think Luka Doncic makes everybody better, though. And I understand what you're saying about the spacing, but it's going to be hard for guys to score on Giannis, Anthony Davis, and Jimmy Butler. Those are three guys that can guard 1 through 5. And at the end of the day, I think I have the best offensive player among the 15. I don't think there's one player that's better offensively than Luka Doncic.
You don't think Jokic is better?
I think Jokic is the best player, but I think that with my team, I think Luka. If I need one guy to give me a shot with these 15, I'm giving the ball to Luka. I'm confident saying that.
I mean, hey, I'm not mad. I mean, I'm wearing the jacket right now. Shout out Luka Doncic, Luka Magic, baby. But yeah,
this was an adjustment on the fly though, because I had JT and I had Anthony Edwards that were going to close out my lineup. So this is an adjustment on the fly, but I like my team.
All right, so I think we should all say
I got one more pick.
Oh shoot, you're right. All right,
one more pick.
Take the floor, Jonah.
So right now I got Steph, I got Ant, I got Braun, and I got Tatum. I need a big man. Drew took Wemby, which is who I wanted. Now keep in mind I'm coaching this team.
Like that's gonna make it different. Come on, man.
I'm gonna have this man motivated. We're gonna be in shape. Everyone's healthy. Everyone healthy. There's not a single person in the world that could guard this man, including Anthony Davis. And you can't double because I got too many weapons. He's gonna be motivated. He's gonna be playing defense like he did in college. He's the MVP. He's Joel Embiid.
Defense.
I mean, okay.
I get why you're going with the pick, but
like
who can guard him? Tell me. Anthony Davis is too light in the trunk. Jokic can't guard him. Who can guard him?
All I'm saying is if this is a playoff series, no one needs to guard him. He's going to shoot 35% from the floor.
He's got to get on the court too. Let's not
everyone's healthy. Everyone's healthy.
I know,
I
but
understand that.
I mean, he could be healthy but still, be limping around like the dude. Like I'm not gonna kick a guy
Kevin Durant
or anything like that. But I mean, Joel Embiid right now, outside of Kawhi, is probably the most injury-prone player in the league. And
we're not talking about injuries.
Did he not win? Though that dude's always banged up.
Did he not win MVP last year?
He did. He had
a phenomenal season last year.
Look, I'm going to say this.
A healthy Joel Embiid is one of the three most unstoppable offensive force in the league.
Johnny, you're saying you're coaching this team. All I'm going to say is if Steve Kerr couldn't get him to be in shape for the Olympics, what makes you think that you're going to get him in shape for your team, man?
Steve Kerr was also playing Derek White over Jason Tatum. And I love Steve Kerr, one of the greatest coaches of all time. but come on now. Joel Embiid's going to be ready.
All right, here's the one thing I'll say. I understand you're questioning my spacing, which is fair. But I think there's a clear-cut system with my team that the ball is going to be in Luka's hands.
I don't see that at all, to be honest.
Why don't you see that?
So you got Luka, who loves to dribble the ball.
Let's Vinny, you start. Say your five. Say why you think your five is the best. Then I'll say my five. I'll say why my five is the best, and then you could rip yours.
I think, like I was saying, I think there's a clear vision that Luke is going to have the ball because Giannis has proven that he can play somewhat off the ball with Damian Lillard the last 2 years and still manage to put up 28, 12, and 5. Okay. Anthony Davis does not need the ball to run through him. Unfortunately, it didn't run through him during his years with the Lakers when it should have all those years. Okay.
It did.
Devin Booker's proven that he, with Team USA, can play off the ball, do the little things, and he's going to be a guy that I'm going to look to be open for three, space the floor. And Jimmy Butler, I think, has already proven that with Steph Curry, he can play off the ball and do other things. So the ball is going to be in Luka's hands, and I think that's going to help my team. But when I look at Andrew's team, who's going to have the ball? Is it going to be Jokic? Is it going to be Shea? Or is it going to be Kevin Durant? I think Wembanyama and Jaylen Brown can play off the ball, but I question if Andrew's team can have a guy that's going to have the ball primarily and who's going to adjust.
Hey, I'll tell you.
I just don't know if defensively, if Jonah's going to be able to stop anybody. I mean, if you're going to ask 40-year-old LeBron James to be your best defender, him and Jason Tatum.
Anthony Edwards can play defense.
I understand that, but how tall is Anthony Edwards? Look how tall Andrew's team is with Wemby, Durant, Jokic. My smallest player is Devin Booker, but I have Luka Doncic playing the one at 6'6", Jimmy Butler 6'7", and I have Giannis who's 6'11", Anthony Davis 7-footer.
So
Joel Embiid's not going to be stopping anybody in the middle.
He's not
So I
stopping who in
question
the
if
middle.
say that again.
I said, who's Joel Embiid not stopping?
Is he really going to be your rim protector?
Yes. Joel
Because
Embiid.
Yeah, we
Joel
saw that
Embiid
you're
is
goal.
asking him. You're
Joel Embiid
asking him to
is
protect the.
7'1", 280.
You're
Athletic.
asking him to. You're
He
asking him to
doesn't.
protect the rim.
He's
Look
gonna be.
at.
Hold on. He's gonna be 100% healthy. He's not gonna have to use all his energy on offense like he does in the regular season. So he's gonna be motivated. LeBron is on their team. You think LeBron's gonna let Embiid be slacking? No.
Well,
He's gonna
okay,
be
then what?
rocking
Then
it.
what happened in the Olympics? Why didn't Joel? That would have been the time for him to be a defensive anchor in the Olympics for Team USA, and he wasn't. He was out of shape and lost minutes to Anthony Davis.
And he was clearly injured.
No, he was clearly out of shape. He wasn't injured. He was out of shape, Jonah. Okay,
Well,
and
the out of
that's the
shape
point.
led to an injury. I'm saying he's in shape and 100% healthy.
Look at.
Just
I'm
one
looking at
MVP.
your roster right now. Hold on. I'm looking at your roster right now. All those guys were on the Olympic team, and none of them held him accountable to show up in shape. So how are you going to tell me that 40-year-old LeBron is going to have this guy playing defense? I don't buy it.
They won.
Because of Anthony
Has
Davis
Joel
playing center.
Embiid ever made an all defensive team?
Absolutely not.
He's won an MVP.
But
So was a lot of guys on this list.
half of the
Drew,
guys on our teams have won MVPs.
you have one MVP on your team.
Well, I'm about to have two after this year.
He's got
Vinny.
he's got two MVPs. Kevin,
Vinny,
don't
you
disrespect
have
Kevin
Yeah,
Durant.
KD.
Don't disrespect Kevin Durant. That's a
I
2014
forgot
NBA
about that.
That's the
MVP.
greatest
All right.
MVP speech of all time, too. Shout out
Yeah.
Mama Durant, man.
Vinny
Yeah.
has one MVP on his team.
That's okay because I got Luka Doncic at 25, a
That's not
five-time
okay.
first team All NBA, and I got Anthony Davis, who is a first team all defensive player, which is something that you don't have. You're gonna ask LeBron James at 40 years old to be arguably your most important defender. I don't buy it. I don't see it.
Aren't
And
you a
Drew, I
Lakers
just don't know.
fan?
I
Like
am. I am a
this
Lakers
make
fan.
you better not pick the Lakers in the playoffs then. The way you're
We're
talking
not
about
Laker
LeBron, you
fans right
better
now,
not
though.
pick the
I'm talking
Lakers.
about my five versus your five. We're lacing up. I don't see how you're going to stop anybody, and I just question Andrew's team on who's going to have the ball primarily, who's going to have to adjust off the ball. Because I think my guys who are going to play off the ball have already adjusted and proven that.
All right. Well, I'm going to get into my five now. I got Shea at the 1, JB at the 2, KD at the 3, 1B at the 4, and then Jokic at the 5. First of all, y'all are some mouses in the house, baby. I mean, I got 3 dudes
Yeah, a bunch of skinny dudes.
are at least 7 foot. Jokic ain't skinny.
You got no girth on your team. A bunch of skinny dudes.
Got our first pause moment on the garage closed at
That's
9.
crazy. I didn't know girth mattered so much in basketball. Oh my God, man. Crazy. Anyways, so aside from the girth, I think one, we're gonna be too big, we're too long. Some people say length is more valuable than girth, especially in basketball. So I think we're gonna have that on our side. As far as who I want the ball to be in, I'm giving it to Jokic primarily, but it's not the whole offense isn't flowing through him. I feel like you gotta at least have him being a hub of your offense. I mean, arguably the greatest hub in the league right now as far as offense. Luka Doncic is the other one. We got KD. I mean, he's gonna get his regardless. He can have the ball or not. He'll be fine. I like the ball in Shea's hands too. He's I don't want to say that he's one of the top 3 probably most unguardable players in the league right now.
No, he's not.
I mean, the dude is averaging 31 on the best team in the league. Great shooting splits. Not to mention he's a great defender too, underrated. And then I got JB just kind of filling in that Devin Booker role. He's going to do the dirty work. He's athletic. He's another 6'8", 6'9" guy who good luck scoring on that guy.
JB's a solid 6'6".
6'6", 6'7", tomato. It's all good. We got we got a 7'3"
question for
Wemby
you.
behind him.
I have a lot of questions for him.
Wemby is going to be doing it all. I mean, he's going to be protecting the rim. He could shoot the leather off of that ball. He could do he could do everything. I mean, I don't really got to explain much, but I do think that one, my team is going to be really, really difficult to score on. We have floor spacers. We have guys that could get their own. And we're huge. I have 3 7-footers on my team. We're huge. I
Drew, only
don't
question I got though.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll let Jonah get to it after because I know he's got a lot of questions. I can already tell. Only question I have though is when you're talking about Shea, he is arguably right now top 3 on most unguarded players. I don't disagree with you with that. I think right now he's the MVP, but I look at his usage rate. I think the ball is in his hands a lot in Oklahoma. And if this on this team to work, I think you're going to have the ball in Jokic's hands as much as possible, because he's somebody that just makes everyone better around him. Durant's proven he can play off the ball. He ran that system in Golden State. He's done it in the Olympics. Wemby, I think, can do it. Jaylen Brown, I think, can fill the Booker role. But I don't know if Shea is going to be able to be Shea with Nikola Jokic on his team. And he hasn't proven to me, I don't think, that he can play as a number 2. He's been a 1. His rookie year, he was with the Clippers. And then when he went over to Oklahoma City, he's kind of been the guy with the ball in his hands a lot. So I think that'd be interesting to see how would Shea, because even in the Olympics, he was playing for what, Canada? And the ball was in his hands. Ball was in his hands a lot. So I just think that would be interesting to see how Jokic and Shea would fit together.
I think, first of all, that's a great problem to have because great players find a way to make it work. I think he's efficient enough and he gets to the line enough where it's not going to be as big of a problem as I think it would. And Jokic, he's going to have the ball a lot, but he doesn't even need to score. Like he's making life easier for everybody. Obviously, a great pick and roll threat, pick and pop threat. Like have Shea running a pick and pop with Jokic, and then you got him doing a DHO to KD. I mean, I think we're unguardable as well, and I think we probably have the best. Vinny's team scares me a little bit on defense, but definitely, I wouldn't be mad about saying I have the best defense either, or at least hardest to score in the paint.
Even with Jokic?
Yeah, and Jokic, I used to be critical of his defense too, but he's smart. Like he's not athletic. We get that. But he doesn't move his feet terribly for a guy of his size. Like I have everybody else is an elite defender around him. He's he's great at just making shots hard on bigs. You're not going to back him down. I don't think Jokic is a bad defender at all.
All right,
So,
Jonah, make your case, and then go finish it. Yeah.
no,
one
and
more
if
question for Drew.
if Jokic was a bad defender, I think teams would have already tried to expose it. I think they already have tried exposing it more in the playoffs. But he's just big and he's smart. Like it's hard to score on guys like that. He's long. So that's what I would say about the Jokic defense. What else
All
you
right,
got?
John, I want you to make your case, and then I'm going to ask you guys a question in regards to this, and we'll come up with a little tally system of who we think our rankings are.
Mm-hmm. So my team: Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, LeBron, Jason Tatum, and Joel Embiid. So I have arguably the smartest basketball mind to ever play the game. So the ball's gonna be in his hands, LeBron. We saw in the Olympics the chemistry that Steph and LeBron already have, so I'm not worried about them at all. They're gonna figure it out. Attacking Vin's team, we're hunting Luka Doncic on every possession. Whoever he's guarding, we're attacking him. We're putting him in pick and rolls. And you can't double off of us. Everyone can shoot. Looking at Drew's team, we're putting Jokic in every pick and roll down the court. LeBron,
Good luck.
Joel Embiid, we're running that pick and roll the entire game. We're posting up on Jokic with Embiid. He's gonna have to double, and I don't know who you're gonna double off of.
We ain't sending no doubles to Joel Embiid.
You're gonna have to double.
Absolutely not.
And Anthony Edwards is the best athlete out of all these 15 guys. And I'm gonna tell him I don't want no one to score. He's gonna become a lockdown defender. I think
Hold on. Finish.
I think if Anthony Edwards put his mind to it, he could be a top 3 defender in the league. He's fast, he's athletic, he could jump, he's strong.
You said he's the most athletic of the 15
Yes.
over Giannis?
Yes.
I don't know. That's a
Yes.
debatable one for me.
That's it's hard
Absolutely.
because they're so different. One's like 7 foot, just freak. Like,
Giannis just got met at the rim by what's his name? Cole Anthony?
yeah, but
Seen
bro,
that?
Giannis gets dunked on because he actually tries to block everything. A lot of them.
Oh, Cole Anthony blocked him
Oh, Cole Anthony blocked him.
on a dunk.
Okay, but I would bet.
Anthony Edwards, his dunk highlight package since he came in the league is one of the greatest of all
I,
time. I
hey,
think he might be the best athlete in the league.
I'm not mad at him at you saying he's the best athlete because that fool's head is over looking over the rim every single time that dude goes up for a dunk. That one on Yuta Watanabe like a couple years ago, that might be like the greatest
Yeah.
dunk I've ever seen.
And then the guy I've talked about the least, like I said, underrated, Jason Tatum. If we need a bucket, we're giving the ball to him on the wing, and I dare Jimmy Butler, I dare Jaylen Brown to guard him. And I think that my team has two.
Jaylen Brown would take that assignment personal.
Stop it.
Absolutely.
Stop it.
We
He's
You know?
number two. They're on the same team.
Not in this format.
Who's the man on the Celtics?
Who's the final MVP on the Celtics?
I don't care about awards.
I
Who's
would
the
say
man?
it's Jason Tatum's team. It's Jason Tatum's team. But I think the back of Jaylen Brown's mind is that he does think that it's like I am the Finals
Well,
MVP.
that's
You know,
absolutely
but
horrible
I
for him
look
to
at that roster. I don't even know. I don't even know if you're having Jaylen Brown guard Jason Tatum. I don't know. I don't know what Drew's
I'm
going to
saying
be on that. That's not
whoever.
my
That's
responsibility.
what I'm saying.
But
I don't know who
I think
Jokic is
that's the thing with
guarding. I don't know who Luka's guarding. I think my team has too many weapons. We have 9 rings, most out of all you guys. We have 3 guys that have won MVP, most out of all you guys. I think my team is too experienced, too smart, and too deep. And I think we're wiping the floor both against both of your teams.
all
And
right. So
5
this
or
is
6. It was a seven
okay.
game
So
series.
this is
We're winning at 5 or 6.
all right. So this is where I'm going to transition. So I want Jonah to give me his ranking. Obviously, we're all going to probably take our team one. But what's your ranking between your team, my team, Andrew's team?
I got my team 1.
Okay.
Both of you guys, I don't love the Jimmy Butler pick.
Where would you have gone with that? Considering I needed a 3, where would you have gone?
I
You
think
took
Kawhi
my 3.
is still a better option than Jimmy Butler. I would look at Kawhi.
He's missed so many games. He didn't even cross my mind, to be honest with you. But
Who else is a
that's what I'm saying.
solid?
I think for where I was at, I thought Jimmy Butler was an underrated pick.
I just think his best
Keep in
days.
mind, this guy just 2 years ago dropped was it 50 was it 58 in the playoffs against 56 in the playoffs against Giannis and led the Heat to the finals. I mean, Jimmy Butler's like he still can be that dude. And he's got Golden State now making a run in the West.
And
So
he is one of those guys where like he doesn't have to be the best guy on the floor to be
no,
effective. Like he's gonna do the
no,
dirty work, he's gonna hustle, he's gonna get offensive rebounds, he's gonna take things personal, he's gonna D up. Like I'm
yeah,
not mad about the Jimmy pick at all. Obviously I think right now as far as like star power and just overall season, obviously he hasn't had the greatest season.
no.
But Jimmy
But I
Jimmy
don't need him
can hang
to.
with all those guys. I think Jimmy can hang with all those guys.
Look,
So
there's a reason
yeah,
why since 2020 the Heat have been in 2 finals. And it's not because of Bam Adebayo, okay? Like it's because of Jimmy Butler, okay? Like let's just be real.
All right, so Jonah,
I
so
got I
what
got
are
Ben's
our
I
rankings?
got Ben's team 2.
Okay. And then Andrew 3. We
And
don't need reasons. I just want to tally this
I got
together.
Drew's team 3 for a quick reason because he only got one guy that's proven to be the leader of a championship team.
And that's Nikola Jokic.
Correct.
The greatest player in the world.
Okay. All right. So Andrew, I want you to give me your tally.
Yeah. So, obviously Shea, KD, Wemby, JB, and Jokic. Obviously I got them as the best team. Give
Yeah.
me GM of the year for sure.
All right, Rob Pelinka.
Yeah. I think after that, I think I would Steph and Braun, bro. They're dangerous, bro. Those guys like. Yeah, so Steph and LeBron definitely scare me offensively. We got a little that's like every NBA fan's like dream just to see those two play together on the same court. Arguably, I don't even think it's arguably actually. I think those would probably be the two most unstoppable like duo in the league. They just complement each other so well. But I am I don't think you're stopping anybody, Jonah. I think Anthony Ant-Man's a great defender, don't get me wrong, but he is only 6'5", and there's only so much a guard could do on the defensive end. Embiid, I think I'm not scared. I'm not having nightmares about Embiid protecting the paint either. I do think you will have a very good offensive team, but on the defensive end, I think it's 130 a night for the opponents. So
That's not true.
so I would probably give the nod to Jonah's team second, and Vinny, you guys are going to be really hard to score on just in general. I mean, I think the only way to attack you guys is putting Luca in pick and roll every time, making that dude work every possession. Um, but AD and Giannis, I mean, that's terrifying if I'm trying to score in the paint, bro. Like I that's really scary. And one critique I have of your roster is I don't think there's enough shooting, man. I don't think I think the floor spacing is going to be a little bit of a problem. You got Jimmy, AD, and Giannis. I think I if I were an opposing team, an opposing coach, I'm saying, yo, we're just crowding the paint. We're crowding the paint. We're gonna make you guys beat us from the perimeter. But you guys are I think you're probably the best defensive team. Yeah, but close to mine, but I would definitely say you guys are terrifying to score on.
All right, so you got you 1, Jonah 2, my team 3.
Yeah.
Confirm. All right, so the one thing I'll say about my team, like Andrew said earlier, great players make it work. I got 5 great players on my team. And defense wins championship, boys. Just remember that, all right? And I do got the best defensive team, and I'm confident saying that. So I'm going to put my team 1 on my list. I'm going to put Andrew's team 2, and that is assuming that Nikola Jokic and Shea played well together. I'm still concerned about the usage rate of Shea. Can he play off the ball like all these other guys have proven they can do? I don't know, because I think the ball has to be in Jokic's hands. And if it's not in Jokic's hands and it is in Shea's hands more, then I think that you are taking away the value of what the best player in the world brings in Nikola Jokic. So I think the ball has to be in his hands. He does too much. He's too much of a mismatch for the ball to be in someone else's primarily. But I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because I just don't think, like you said, I don't think Jonah's team can stop anybody. I really don't. I don't believe in Joel Embiid as an anchor on the defensive end, which is what you're going to need, because I have Giannis and Anthony Davis playing in the middle. He has Wemby and Nikola Jokic. And I just don't think you have enough size. I don't think Embiid's going to bring that firepower on the defensive end for you. And you're asking a lot out of LeBron at 40 years old to be the guy on the defensive end.
Heavy as
Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is a great defender. Steph Curry is not. Jason Tatum's a good player. I like the Jason Tatum pickup that you had. Like I said, I wanted Jason Tatum, but I thought you limited yourself by going 1 through 4 with your picks and getting a 5 last. I think that you needed to probably get a 5 off the board early, like Andrew did with Jokic. I got Anthony Davis with my 3rd pick, because I think that 1 through 4 you could have mixed around and found other pieces and adapted. I think by getting a 5 late kind of limited yourself, because I don't think Embiid would have been your first pick if you were taking a 5.
Hold on. Why are we acting like Joel Embiid is like just some bottom of the barrel pick? Joel Embiid won MVP last year. He averaged over 30.
Because I keep going back to the Olympics, okay, where all these guys were on the same team, and Joel Embiid was coming in as supposed to be like arguably the 3rd option with Steph and LeBron, because KD was out, and he lost minutes to Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis ended up playing valuable minutes when pool play was over. And he's gonna get exposed. I don't think that he can be your best. He can be your best defender and be your anchor in the middle. I just don't see it. So because of that, I'm gonna go my team 1. I'm gonna go Andrew 2, and I'm gonna take Jonah 3 because I don't think you guys are your
So
team's gonna stop anybody.
you got Steph and LeBron as the worst team up here. 8 rings
I
between the
do.
two. That's crazy.
I
I
do.
can't guard, man. You
Yeah.
can't guard at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Look,
You guys
5 years
got,
ago,
you guys got Luca.
LeBron and Steph are great, and I'm not taking anything away from them.
You guys
They
got
are
Luca and
great,
Jokic talking about can't guard.
but at least our teams have legitimate rim protectors. I got 2 of them, and he's got Wemby. Now
Yeah.
he's gonna have to. Andrew's gonna have to figure out how to hide Jokic at times, and so am I with Luca. But
I don't have to
Joel, I don't think
Who am
I'm
I
putting
hiding?
I'm putting Jokic on Embiid. I'll live with you giving the ball, trying to take advantage of that
And
mismatch.
you're playing one-on-one in the post?
Oh, 100. Yeah, I got Wemby on the backside. Yeah, come on.
Stop it.
Please,
Stop it.
please try it.
Wemby's on the perimeter.
no that I'm gonna do the same exact thing because I'm not gonna have the floor space as much. So I will let you try to win 1-on-1 with Embiid and take away shots from Steph Curry on the perimeter and
Yeah,
shots away from
don't give the
Jason
ball.
Tatum.
Vin, who's Luca
I
guarding?
think you're limiting yourself if you're going to try to run an offense through Embiid because that's why you would
I'm
get
not
him.
running it through Embiid. I'm running it through
Why'd you
LeBron.
get him then? Because he's not going to. I don't think he brings other value than that. If he's not going to be a guy you get the ball to,
I think
I
he
don't think he can do other things.
I think you guys are underestimating if he doesn't have to carry a load offense, what he could do defensively.
But I think his off what to piggyback off of what Vinny was saying, a big like if they're not getting the ball every position or every possession, they at least need to be somewhat of a lob threat to be effective, or else they're kind of just out there. I think that's part of why Embiid wasn't great in the
Yeah,
Olympics,
with the
which
team,
is why
absolutely
AD and Bam were better than him in the Olympics,
getting
just straight
minutes.
up.
Yes,
Like he's not a lob threat. He's big, he's athletic, but he's at the end of the day, he's not. He's a guy you give the ball on the low block and or you give it to him at
But
the top and have him dribble it out and try to get some free throws.
the best low post scorer since Shaq.
but that's my point. If
Disrespect.
you're getting him, yeah. I'm going to let you run the ball in the low post to him because then you're taking away shots from Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Anthony Edwards. I would live with that all day, 7 days out of the week.
But you
Yeah.
never answer, Vin. Who's Luca guarding?
Well, that's the thing. I'd probably have to hide Luca, but
I don't wear.
looking at this team, looking at this team, I would probably have him. I'd probably have him on Tatum,
Yeah.
Cooked.
and yeah, Tatum's probably going to eat him alive. But I mean, flip it around. Who's guarding Luka Doncic? You know,
Anthony Edwards, LeBron
Jalen
James,
Brown, baby. Jalen Brown. I got the Luka
Jason
stopper.
Tatum. I have 3 people to guard Luca.
three people to guard Luka. What? LeBron, Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards.
Absolutely.
Okay, then I'm gonna get the ball. I'm gonna give the ball to Giannis. Okay, or I'm gonna let Jimmy Butler facilitate the offense, and I'll let Luka play off the ball. I have options where I have flexibility. I think a Joel Embiid pick, which is why I have you third, limits what you can do. I think my team is flexible. I think Andrew's team is flexible. And I mean, Embiid was probably the best player to take with your last pick, but I think you should have taken a 5 sooner, so you didn't have to get yourself in that position. But with
Yeah.
that said, we gave our reasons. So I just want to tally this up, and I think if I'm looking at, I think we're all the same. So we each have one at the top.
Yeah.
We each got one at the second pick. So we're all.
Gotta
So
let
this is going to be left up
gotta let the
to the
people
comment
decide.
section. This is
Yeah,
going to be
we
left
got
up to the comment section.
gonna have the fans decide this one. You guys
Yeah.
let us
It's gonna
know
be
what
it.
you guys
You guys are gonna
think.
get swept. They're gonna see Steph, Braun, Tatum, and
Stop it.
that's team.
We'll
That's
see.
Stop it. They laughing
see.
at your defense. Ain't nobody worried about you.
Jalen Brown. You got a 2nd-year player. Stop it.
A
We'll
second
see.
year player. Victor
Wemby,
Wembanyama. It ain't just no regular second year player. This is Victor
2nd-year player,
Wembanyama.
a
The guy
one-time
that was
All-Star.
the guy that was the greatest recruit since LeBron James. Yeah, if that's my second year player, give me him 7 days a week, baby.
Vin got a non-All-Star on his team. Devin Booker didn't make the All-Star team. Neither did Jimmy Butler.
Don't dis. Don't disrespect either of those two
Vin,
players like
it's
that.
2025. Vin got two non-All-Stars on his
And
team.
I think he's got three non-All-Stars right now.
Who?
Who?
You can't say Anthony Davis.
Oh, I know,
He
I
got
know.
he got so
Technically, Anthony Davis is not an all-star this year. Is he an all-star in my book? Absolutely.
okay. He was nominated to the All-Star team. Let's not confuse that. He just got
Yeah.
He
replaced because he
never
got
meets the
hurt.
game
Okay.
threshold for the awards. He don't play 65 games.
Look at my
Sounds
center
like
beat
another
your center
center
out.
on your
My
team.
center beat your center out in the Olympics last year.
You
My
know?
All I'm
center
gonna
has
say
my
is the
center has the
comment
MVP.
section. The
My center has
comment
the
section.
MVP.
We're gonna figure out how many ball knowers we have in the comment section. Okay, are they just gonna look at the names, or are they gonna
You're
actually
not
pay attention? As the comment section, are they gonna pay attention and realize that defense is gonna win championships? And
it's easy.
Jonah Cottrell has
Easy
his
money.
team giving up 135 a night. So we'll see.
Steph
But
Curry.
all right, guys,
Steph Curry.
I want to. All right, we made our points. I want to just give you guys the floor. Any last comments before we wrap up episode 1 of the Garage closes at 9?
I think one, it was a blast, obviously. I like you said, Jonah's team's not playing any defense. I don't think Vinny's team is making more than 5 threes in any given night. Um, and like I said, we're gonna know who's the casuals of basketball and who's not by you guys' comments. Please let us know who you guys got winning. If you guys really know ball, you know the answer. But it was a pleasure, gentlemen. Had a great time with y'all. What do you guys got to say? Close
Yeah,
it
man.
out.
This is episode 1. You guys got a little taste of the way we see the game. You can clearly see who knows ball, who's trying to overthink things. When you have Steph and LeBron on a team, you know who knows ball and who doesn't. So just ride with us. It's gonna be a fun journey. We're gonna have some special guests, some great episodes, some heated moments, and this is just the beginning. So stay tuned for more.
Yeah. So aside from the mock draft that we did, we only got one debate in today for first episode because we really wanted to give you guys kind of the backstory of why we're doing this, what sparked the conversation to even do a podcast, and how we want to go about it to get people on the show. But usually we're going to look at possibly 2 debates, depending on how long we argue on a certain debate,
Yeah.
an
We
episode.
can we can get
Um,
long-winded sometimes.
yeah, we could be here for hours, but we're going to
We
try to
might not
limit
be
episodes
able
to
we might not even get into a debate that we planned for the day before we
right
run
Yeah.
out of time
a
just
different
talking about.
conversation.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
So, but what I wanted to say, we're probably going to try to keep episodes around an hour. This one might come out to be a little longer because we just wanted to explain to you guys, what the show is about. But just if you guys can expect a link in the bio for when episodes are going to drop, we'll come out with a post on our Instagram page about days and times. Expect all episodes, whatever day it's going to be, to drop at 9 a.m. That's kind of what we decided on to keep it similar to the name. We're really excited for you guys to see what's in store. A lot of sports is going to be talked about. Like Jonas said, we're going to get a lot of guests, and we're gonna want you guys to comment too. If you guys have any cool games that could spark a debate, like we did with a mock draft, that kind of sparked us to come up with a roster or anything like that. Like, let us know, because we'd love to get into that and then get your guys' feedback too. So we're gonna want you guys' feedback. Who ended up having the best team? Was it Jonah, who's gonna give up 140 a night? Was it Andrew, who
I agree.
possibly has too many players to have one basketball, or is it Vinny, who has 5 guys? Take that back, 4 guys who can really guard the basketball. I'm not gonna put Luca in that conversation. But yeah, thank you everybody for believing that you could watch us with the podcast. That's why you guys followed us, and we hope that you guys continue to stay engaged with us and know that we're going to keep getting better as time goes on. This was, step 1. This was take 1. So bear with us, but we're excited for what's in store.
Yeah, this is definitely the worst. You guys will see us. This is our first time doing anything like this. Also, when we do announce guests, we're going to announce it on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media. Garage closes at 9. We're currently making TikTok and Twitter accounts right now. We're still figuring everything out. But also, when we announce a guest, please leave us comments or questions what you guys want us to ask them. We obviously have our own stuff we're gonna ask them, but we also want to give the fans and our viewers a voice in it too. We don't want it just to be us. So make sure to drop those comments, those questions. And yeah, we appreciate you guys watching. And we're gonna have a hell of a year, boys. We're gonna have a hell of a year.
Sir, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Take us home, Vin. That's a wrap.
All right, guys. Yep. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube page. And until next time, garage is closed.